Hello everybody and welcome to Benjamin Magnus Plays Europa Universalis 4 in a tutorial style format. Now if you watched the UI segment, you'll have come fresh from the start of the game, and if not, welcome. Basically what I'm going to be doing is just playing the game very slowly and describing what I'm doing. If you're brand new, fresh to the game, you don't know what you're looking at, definitely suggest the UI video. And if not, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is address some of the notifications up here, namely our rivals. Rivals are states that you basically publicly declare are your enemies, your rival. Rivaling someone, actually let's go back as it'll show you right here. Plus 25 prestige from defeating your enemies in battle, so that's this number right here. 25 to spy network construction speed, that's sending spies into their land and trying to get information of one kind or another, or fabricating claims on them so you can attack them. But you do always have the humiliate rival casus belli on them, so you always have that. Minus 33%, and that little dove is diplomacy monarch points, so diplo power for peace deals, for demanding provinces in a peace deal. So what we need to do is pick who we think should be our main enemy. So I'm going to go with the Teutonic Order, which is these guys right here. And it shows you your current opinion, the size of their army relative to yours, and the size of their navy relative to yours. So I'm going to take the Teutonic Order. They have lands I want. Like I want to get up towards Danzig, that area up there. So they already have lands I want. I know I'm going to go to war with them, so I'm going to pick them. And who else? I'm not going to pick Lithuania because Poland has the option to form the PLC, the Poland-Lithuania Commonwealth, which is a joint nation between the two of them. I can pick Hungary down here. They'll probably be my... They already don't like me, and we have almost equivalent armies, so why don't we go ahead and do that? And who else? The Ottomans, they're an option, but generally you don't want to poke the Ottomans with a stick super early game, because they are easily one of the most powerful nations in the game. The fifth most powerful nation in the world, behind Ming, France, England, and the Mamluks, who are right here. So I'm thinking maybe not them. We got not Lithuania. I don't think I want to do Bohemia. They could be a valuable ally. So I think we'll go with Denmark. There we go. Now, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to start trying to get my power projection up. Now, as you can see, I have a base gain of +1, +3 yearly, because I have rivals. So you get 1 for each rival that you've had. But you can get a little bit more if I say, go to the Teutonic Order, and you can get to their diplomacy menu pretty easily. You can just click on them and click on this right here, or both buttons are kind of side by side. Diplomacy brings you right there too. And I think I might actually need to... no, I can do it right now. I can issue an embargo. And issue an embargo to reduce the power of their traders in nodes where we have power. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them, you are not allowed to trade. However, now I am out of diplomats, because their diplomats take time to travel based on the distance between capitals. So these are pretty close from here to here. This little crown signifies a capital. So we can just wait 3 days, and then we'll get our person back. So in the UI episode, you can see we have two diplomats working right now. I sent one to the Pope, because I had a mission to do that. You can see that... Let's see, where is that? That's missioned. So solidify our papal relations. So we get 100 opinion with the Pope. We get a little bit of papal influence. We get a little bit in there. And I use the Diplo macro builder, which can be found right here, to tell one of my diplomats to always be improving relations with my subjects. Oh, and we have a new notification. Lithuania would like to solidify our relationship with an alliance, and I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Now the other people I dislike, the Teutonic Order, Hungary, I'm going to issue an embargo here too. And in a second, once we get it all done, you'll see why I'm doing this. So we're going to go to Denmark, and we're going to say issue embargo here. You can see our power projection went up. Embargoing your rivals gets you a little bit of power projection. So we're going to go ahead and leave this unpaused now. So looking at the map here, these are our armies. The ones highlighted blue are my subject armies. So those are guys who answer to me and will follow me into combat. And then these guys over here are Lithuania's armies. They have an army equivalent to ours. And this stuff I don't think I really need to worry about right now. I have relatively low provincial unrest. Let's see, what do we got here? Crimea, they tell us about an event, the succession of the Crimean Khanate. So what do we got here? Crimean pretenders, this is Crimea right here, seek support of the Ottomans, and they have some pretenders rise up. Not really much that has to do with me, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, why don't we speed this up to speed 3? I'm using the plus and minus on the alphanumeric on my keypad on my keyboard to speed up time a little bit. A lot of people tend to play on speed 5, but as you can see, speed 5 is basically time goes by really, really fast, and I think it goes as fast as your CPU can handle. Ah, royal marriage with Lithuania. I'm going to go ahead and accept this too. So now our families have intermarried. So now there are marriage bonds between me and Lithuania. And if you go here and hover over their opinion, it'll actually say, we're the same religion. We have a royal marriage, an alliance, consort marriage ties, and we're historical friends. That's just something that's in the game. Historically, Poland and Lithuania like each other. So we have pretty good relations. This caps out at 200, so 126, not too bad. And if I remember correctly, playing as Poland, let's see, what do we need to do to enforce the PLC, or to form the PLC? Admin Tech 10, so we got a ways to go. Admin Tech 10. I don't think we can do any of these yet. Papal influence is lower. Or Admin Tech, okay. So I seem to remember that in the past there was a national decision to do the PLC thing early, but it seems like that's not there yet. But this is kind of the reason why I'm doing this right now. Lots of stuff changes in EU4. Every 6 months or so, a new DLC comes out, patches come out, and things change. And a lot of these tutorial-esque series just kind of go by the wayside because they're not apt anymore. So what we have to do now is wait. So let's crank the speed up a little bit. You're not allowed to do much when you're in an interregnum. So like if I wanted to go declare war, can't, because I have a Regency Council. We have to wait until we have a leader. France tells us about the event, the surrender of Maine. So France and England are at war now. That's an event that happens early. France has the option of, I think, giving this has to do with Maine here. I think France has the option of sieging it or letting it go. Normally, France and England end up in war, and England loses because England is in a bad start too. Because I believe it's Henry Lancaster's in charge. Henry Lancaster VI, who is a 000 leader, which means he sucks really bad. So his leader is the equivalent of me having no leader. He's so bad. So let's just speed up and wait for some stuff to happen. There's not much going on at the moment, which is good. Here we go. This is the event we're looking for. Successor of Vladislav III. The death of the childless king Vladislav III on the battlefield at Varna split the union between Poland and Hungary and left Poland in an interregnum. His brother Casimir, the Grand Duke of Lithuania, was asked by the Polish nobility to assume the throne, but found their conditions unacceptable. In 1447, after 3 years of negotiation, Kazimierz was finally crowned King of Poland on his own terms and ruled both kingdoms as a union. So you're going to get a lot of events like this in the game. Lots and lots of events like this. And there's usually one or there's... Sometimes it's just something happens and it's just telling you what happens. Most of the time, there's an option. So, we have the event right now. We can make Lithuania a partner underneath us, and Poland turns into an elective monarchy, which is a form of government. Or we can appoint a local noble instead. We get a really, really good ruler, a 5-5-4. So that means he gets 5 admin, 5 diplo, and 4 military power points per month. But Lithuania hates our guts. You know what I'm going to do is I think we're going to do the... because this is historic, this is ahistoric. I think we're going to do the historic thing just for the sake of simplicity here. and we're going to go with make Lithuania a junior partner. Okay. So, a personal union. My king, we have formed a personal union with Lithuania. So this means that Lithuania is now is a junior partner in a personal union underneath me. You see that right here. It's a junior party of Poland, which means they answer to me. I tell them what to do. And this is just telling this event is just telling us of the elective monarchy, which is a government type in Poland. And not much. I think we need to pass some time before it shows up. Not allowed to manually change this kind of government. Will it show up now? I guess not. Let's give it some time. There we go. Here we go. So this is our king now. The interregnum is over. We have a king. He has an admin score of 4, a diplo score of 4, and a military score of 1. So now our PowerPoint gain is 10-7-4, much better than the 6-3-3 we had before. So the way you get that number is you add the base of 3 with this, then any other additional modifiers. So I get 3 base, 4 from my king, 2 from my national focus, and 1 from Zygmunt. So national focus, let's see, that's right here, plus 1 from that one, and then plus 2 for having focused on admin right now. So now, this has changed up a little bit. The national decisions have changed. Once we hit administration tech level 10, and if we control specific counties, you can see the list right there, we can click this button and form the Polish-Lithuania Commonwealth, which basically what happens is Poland and Lithuania change color to kind of this like pinkish color, and both countries dissolve and turn into the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, a much more powerful nation. So that's something you can do playing as Poland. It makes you definitely a potential threat early on. And I'm going to see if I can get Bohemia on my side. So we're going to send them a royal marriage offer. Bohemia is a good potential ally because they're a strong member of the Holy Roman Empire. So that marriage so we sent the marriage request to Bohemia, and we got a queen. She was a 4-5-4. Now, the queen does not add her points to your total. The queen's points are only accounted for if your king dies before your heir is of age. And right now, so that wouldn't happen. But heirs can die in hunting accidents, in battle, in combat on the battlefield. There's many different ways for your people to die. Events can fire, and you'll have a percentage chance of your heir or yourself dying, things like that. But if you died and your heir was under the age of 15, then your queen would take over. Or if you were a female, if you had a queen in charge, then your king would take over, and then you would get these numbers right here instead of these ones. Well, that also brings me to the point that everybody, I think it's it's interesting that this guy's already got 2. I thought you didn't get the second one until you turned like 30 or something like that. But I think it's every 10 or 15 every 15 years, and then maybe every 10 years after that. Not exactly sure on what the numbers are, but you get a modifier. So he's a scholar, so my tech cost goes down by 5%. He's incorruptible, which means my corruption has a base downward motion. And then personality trait, the third one will be gained in 20 years, right there. My heir, babbling buffoon, diplomatic reputation goes down. That affects a couple things, how people look at you, and a couple other items in the game. And my queen consort has aggressive expansion, impact minus 10%. Aggressive expansion is basically means if you start taking land, a lot of land near other people, they will get upset about you doing that. And aggressive expansion impact minus 10% basically means that people will get 10% less upset about you taking land. But once we go to war, and when that stuff starts up, then we'll get to see that. So we don't. That's the babbling buffoon for my heir. This is the notification from Bohemia accepting my royal marriage. And Lithuania is no longer considered a great power. Were they before? We have become... Oh, cool. We have become a great power now. Hang on. Let's let, like, a couple days tick by. And I don't see me on here yet. It should show me. Maybe in a month needs to tick by, maybe. A lot of calculations are handled at the first of every month. Oh, here I am. I was looking at the bottom. I was like, why am I not Why am I not down here? It should show me, but I've actually jumped all the way up from not on the list at all to third most powerful country in the world, because now all of the Lithuania answers to me. And I believe 50% of the development of your vassals. So I have 3 different types of vassals, actually. I have a regular vassal, I have a march, which is a more military-focused vassal, and I have a personal union with Lithuania, which basically means I sit on both thrones simultaneously. But adding all that stuff up together, I get a total of 341 development, which makes me more stronger than England right now. Stronger than England, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, do please keep in mind that nearly everything in this game is randomized, so that if you are watching and trying to play along, learn about the game, and you're doing exactly what I'm doing, you are not, chances are you will not get exactly the same results. Just bear that in mind. So, Bohemia, that's someone we were trying to woo to our side, so they kind of like us already. Let's see if they'd be willing to throw down for an alliance, and they would. So we're going to send a diplomat, our free diplomat, out to send an alliance offer for Bohemia. There we are. So now we have sight on Bohemia. Now, Bohemia is an independent state. They don't answer to me. We are just pledged to assist each other in times of need. And just the way that the modifiers work, an ally is much more willing to help you if you're attacked than to help you if you're attacking someone else. There's this, let's see, where is it? Under diplomacy. And then I believe you click, yeah, diplomatic feedback. So, trust, pretty self-explanatory there, but favors. So right now, I gain 1 favor per year that we have an alliance. And Bohemia would require 10 favors stored up before they'd be willing to join me in a war. Normally. That's probably what we're looking at right now. So let's look at, we're not actually going to declare war on the Teutonic Order here, but so the Livonian Order in Denmark, if I attack them, they would join in. So the Teutonic Order is allied with Denmark and the Livonian Order. So if I attack them, these two would join in the defensive war against me. Now, Moldavia, Lithuania, and Mazovia do not have the option of saying no. They are my vassals. They answer to me directly. I tell them what to do, basically. So they don't have the option of saying, no, we're not going to join. So that's why that's checked and grayed out. But Bohemia, they're saying no, they will not join in. And if you hover over the X, it'll show you exactly why. So we have a pretty good diplomatic reputation. We have +4, so a little bit there. But then, oh my god, minus 1,000. Bohemia does not owe Poland at least 10 favors. So you can't just grab an ally and immediately pull them into a war. You need to kind of foster your relations with them for a while before they're willing to join in. Now, even if we did have 10 favors, chances are Bohemia would not join me in an offensive war against the Teutonic Order because Bohemia likes the Teutonic Order. Attitude towards enemy. That's saying that Bohemia likes the enemy, so they're not going to join in. So, in the long run, Bohemia is not going to join me in an offensive war, I declare, most likely, depending on who it's on. But they will help, chances are, unless they're in a crisis, that they will help me in a, if someone attacks me. They will help defend me. So, let's speed up time. Let some stuff tick by. Let's let some PowerPoints accrue so we can do some stuff. And then we'll get on to a couple of other things. Oh my. Claims fabricated. The Teutonic Order have claimed Notek as their own. So, they sent a spy into Poland. And actually, I could show you exactly what they did. So, diplomacy, covert action, build spy network. That sends a spy. Oh, Hungary has claimed one of my provinces as their own as well. So, that's something to worry about. Why don't we grab our army maintenance and crank this, let's put it on half. And then let's go to our military tab, because these guys have told me that they claim Notek, and these guys have told me that they claimed Novi Sach. I have no idea how to pronounce these Polish words. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate my forts. You can see right there that trick. So 3 of 3 forts are active. That's this one, and this one right here. And you can see the morale on my troops because we put the maintenance slider up to half. cost us a little bit of money, but the morale on my armies is going up as well. I don't want to get caught with my pants down if someone attacks me. That would be bad. Someone attacking me right now would be a terrible idea because I am relatively powerful for early game. I have 3 people that answer to me. So I have 21,000 troops. Lithuania is 25,000 troops, and then the 10,000 troops here. So that's 35. It's 46,000 troops I can field right now as it stands. Now, as you can see, as the months tick by, my relations with the Pope go up. The size of my spy network, and this popped up, so we're going to pause the game with the spacebar. Our spy network in the Teutonic Order is going up, and our relations with Moldavia are going up. So this is one of the events that I was talking about before. Excellent minister. We have been lucky enough to have been appointed an excellent minister whose actions will most likely greatly benefit our realm. Completely random events. And we have 2 options to choose from. We can gain a stability point. We gain 25 prestige, right here. And 40 admin power. Or we gain 10 army, 10 navy tradition, and 100 military power points. So the game's not going anywhere. We have it paused. Let's look at our military. So that would give us... Navy's not important because I don't have a navy. If you had a navy, it would be important. Army tradition affects a lot of things. Currently, with a very low tradition of about 5, I get 1.2% extra morale. My army recovers at 0.5% quicker. And its siege ability is 0.2% better. So these are very, very low numbers. But what we're going to do... Do I want to take this, though? This is a lot... That's a lot of good things. Normally, the way I look at this is because PowerPoints are kind of the most important currency in the game, is whenever I have a option of gaining PowerPoints or anything else, I almost always take PowerPoints. You can make money easily. Money comes and goes, but PowerPoints is, this hard number driven by semi-random events like your king. So one stability is currently worth 121 admin points. So that's going to get me the equivalent of 141 admin points worth of stuff. Because if I hover over boost right here, it said I could... You know what I can actually do? I can actually make it... I can make that better. We're going to go with this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to manually boost our stability by 1. We have 206 points. We need 121. Love that noise. Well, that noise can either mean something very, very good happened or very, very bad happened. That's the sound of the stability going up or down. So now we have a stability of +1. And every stability point costs more power points to gain. So now a stability point is worth, I need 171 to get from level 1 to level 2, but I only need 121 to get from level 0 to 1. So now, if I click +1 stability, it's going to boost me to level 2 and get me those other benefits. So we're going to go with this one. So now we have stability level 2. And as you can see, I get more trade power. Basically just means I'm raking in a little bit more ducats from trading. Muckets? No, not muckets. Ducats. Spy detection went up. I get unrest reduction of 2. Taxes went up. Stability cost modifier is up by 100%. That's this button right here. Like I was saying before, every stability point costs more than the previous one. And where were we? Here we go. We have our missionaries are 1% stronger. Our corruption goes down, base down, and institutions spread faster. That actually brings up an interesting point. Now we have enough missionary strength to convert provinces, but not quickly. So this one is the quickest one, and it would take 333 months, which is, let's see here. Let's grab my phone. Where's my calculator? Calculator. That's almost 30 years. That's 28 years, nearly 28 years. That's a very long time to convert a province. And I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna wait until my missionaries are stronger to send them in there. And the reason is you do have to pay money to send them. If you go to the economy, missionary maintenance would go up. And it also pisses the people off in that province. Their unrest would go up, I think, by like 6. So it would piss off people by sending the missionary in there, which makes sense. So we're not going to do that right now. This little notifications tells me that there are provinces that I could convert, but I think I need to wait a little while. And if you're lucky, you'll get an admin guy. Sometimes you can get admin guys that give you increased missionary strength, and there's actually a way I think I can force one. All right, a new pope. The papal conclave have elected Clemens II as the papal controller. So the pope controls the pope right now. Not shocking. Not shocking at all. The papal states as a diplomatic entity and the pope, the papal controller, are two different things. So you can have a papal controller from a different country. If a Polish cardinal was elected to pope, to be the pope, I would have the power to, say, excommunicate another Catholic, which I could do to an enemy to weaken them. Trade League has disbanded. That's not a big deal. Novigrad has disbanded their trade league. Novigrad, 99% of the time, gets eaten up by Muscovy, like first thing, which is what's happening right now. Now let's just speed 5. See, the time's going by super fast until we finish our mission with the Pope here. Brandenburg declared war on Brunswick. Wars in the HRE, this area right here. Very interesting. Red is the emperor. Orange are electors, the people who get to choose who the emperor is. Purple are free cities. It's just kind of a unique form of government. And green is just people in the HRE, the Holy Roman Empire. We're almost there, 1 or 2 more months. So in January, there we go, we're up to 100. Let's pause the game. So we completed the mission that we had earlier to get our relations with the Pope up to 100, which gives us yearly papal influence of 0.5. And that would be down here. You can see your papal influence if you click on the papacy button. You have papal influence right here, and it tells you where it comes from, how you get it. So you got a base. Each year I gain 1.5. I have a base value of 0.5. I have influence from the Curia, 0.5. That's what I just got. And then modified by 50% because the Pope likes me. And then once you get enough, you can use these to get little boons. Like if your legitimacy is really low, or you have a lot of loans out, this would make your inflation go down and your interest per annum go down. So you're paying less interest on those loans. Mercantilism, which is basically how strong your merchants are. Manpower recovery speed if you're really low on men. This is the most popular one. It's free stability point. 100 papal influence for 1 stability point. Or bless the ruler, get more prestige. So there's lots of little boons you can get, but that's only for Catholics. That's only for Catholics. And as you can see, right now, all of Europe is Catholic, and then there's this big swath of Orthodox, then we got some Sunni, and then down here there's Coptic Christians, there's animists, fetishists and animists down in Africa, I believe. That's Tengri? Yep, Tengri, the horse lords, basically. There's lots of other religions throughout the world that all have their own unique mechanics, but if you're playing as Catholic, your unique mechanic basically is this button right here, dealing with the Pope. You know, I think for right now, we're going to call it an episode. We passed a few years in-game time. We got our country settled. We formed the Polish-Lithuania Commonwealth. We formed the personal union, so Lithuania answers to me now. We've got our succession set up. Very nice. With that, I think we will leave this here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope this has been helpful, and I will see all of you next time.